So today, I don't even know if I can call this a build, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a reproduction of the Fallout filter helmet. There's also another version of the filter helmet that looks exactly the same called the Supervisor Helmet. To do this, I only need a couple things. I hardly have to make anything. It's mostly buying things. First off, start with the hard hat. This cost about $7 from a hardware store. The second part is a gas mask. This gas mask is surplus. It costs $1.99. It actually cost me $7 to get it shipped in for $1.99 mask. And the third ingredient is a light to go on top. This came from Harbor Freight Tools for $2.99 on sale. I've seen these in the home center also, just not as cheap. It comes with the batteries. That's a good sign it works. Put that basket in later. But there you go. If you were going to use this as a prop or for cosplay, you'd want to do a little bit more work on it from this point. The first thing you want to do is age this. The picture, it's nice, new and shiny. That looks like it's been used. One of my favorite ways of aging something is just to use wood stain. This wood stain is a paste, or gel is what they call it. It's water-based, so the cleanup should be easy, but I'm still laying out some paper here because I am in my dining room. The neat thing about this is you grab a handful of it to use. And just smear it on. Hence the rubber gloves. See, it's starting to get the same patina as the picture. Once you've got a good coat on there, you're going to take a rag. You're going to take a rag and wipe off the helmet. What this does is it leaves the stain in the low spots and evens it out on the high spots. I'm not really pressing very hard because I don't want to actually wipe it all off. I just want to take it off the high spots. Maybe I wiped a little too much. Get it in the crevice. You can see that crevice right there. Now if I go with that line, I'll wipe the stain out of there. If I go across it, I'll leave some in there. Now, looks a little bit better, a little bit more used. The other thing that I would do is, if I was going to use this out in public, or actually wear it, or use it as a prop, I would also age the straps. There's also some techniques for putting dust on these things, and I'm not going to demonstrate them here, but if you can make it look dirty and grungy, it's actually been used in a steel factory, i.e. the Pitt. You can do the body too. Once again, I'm just smearing it on with my hands and wiping it off with a cloth. I'm going to do what you can do with the lens to make it look old. Put some stainer on the outside, and that takes the sheen off of it. So other step that I might do is use some rivets to hold this in place. You might think that rivets would be mighty uncomfortable on the inside of the hat, but remember, if you're wearing it, your head's going to rest on the basket, so you'll never actually have the rivets poke you. And there you have it. I don't think I have to age the mask. It's already pretty old. One thing that I do have to do, and I'm sorry this picture's crappy, I'll probably put a digital version of it in the video. It looks like instead of a filter, it has a piece of cloth. And once again, I'm sure you can't see it, but it looks like the cloth is wrapped on with a piece of tape. My cloth looks a little bit too big. Since this is actually where the air intake is, I'm going to put the cloth down here. Wrap it with some tape. It doesn't have to be tight because this is just a... It's supposed to look like it's a improvised device. And there you have it. One filter mask / supervisor helmet. So I mentioned that when you're working on the helmet, you might want to rivet the straps on because they move, and they do move. And what I mean by rivet is using a pop riveter. If you're not familiar with them, it's a really easy tool to use. What I'm going to do is put one right here in the back. I've actually got two sizes here. So for the pop riveter to work, I need to drill a hole. This is a 1/8 inch drill bit. I think I just voided my warranty on the helmet. Be careful with drilling cloth because that can happen. Might be better just poking a hole. Yeah, I'm going to poke a hole. Either in my finger or in the cloth, one of the two. And it's actually long enough that I can put a washer on both sides. And there you go, there's the washer in the back. That's what it looks like from the inside. You probably wouldn't want that bumping against your head. It's actually not going to once we put the helmet basket in there. Now I want the front to stay in place also. So I'm also going to use a rivet. So this time I'm going to drill right through the plate. Once again, I'm going to use one of the longer rivets. Washer on. And that's not going to go anywhere. I could just use some double-sided tape. And that's how you do washers.